I'm the genius Asian. Welcome to the genius family.
Welcome to One World Observatory.
What should you do in NYC if you only have a few hours? The best way to orient yourself around any city is to get above it all. And thus we start with the One World Observatory. One World Observatory is located atop One World Trade Center.
And now, we invite you to enter One World Observatory through the doors on your right, where a spectacular 360-degree view of the city awaits directly below you.
Here's all that means for you. If you're walking around today looking out the windows, you have a question about something you see out there, look for me. It is my job to try to answer your questions for you. And I do like doing it. If you see me standing around, come talk to me. It makes my day go faster. Somebody's asking me questions, so I like, please do.
It also offers a free show from City Pulse, which provides a quick introduction to the city.
But still, even though you can see a lot, you might not have to figure out where you are. So a good place to start, not out the windows. On the floor in front of us, that's a good place to start. Somebody put a great big S down there. So they're trying to tell you something. They're trying to be helpful. They're telling you are facing south. Right? Okay, here's lesson number one. You're in Manhattan. When I'm giving directions to Manhattan, I don't like to say south. That's Manhattan, basically from Central Park down. And there's a big blue dot glowing down here at the bottom. That's us. It's One World Trade. We'll swing around, see if we can't get a nice picture of the building pulled up here for a couple minutes at least. All right, so we are way downtown in Manhattan at One World Trade Center. All right, find another one, the easiest one to find. Look right out the windows behind me. Way over the water. There's a really big island on the other side of the water. And it doesn't look like New York City. There's no skyscrapers on it. A bunch of hills, some trees. That's New York City. It's Staten Island. Staten Island's big. It's twice the size of Manhattan. Only has a third of the people. You want to move to New York City, you need some space? Check Staten Island first. Might be the only place in New York City. Coney Island is on the other side. The Beastie Boys are from there. I'm old, so I still think that's cool. Brooklyn, all by itself, has about the same population as Chicago. One of our 5 boroughs would be the 3rd largest city in the United States if it were its own city. Above Brooklyn, up this way, still on Long Island, Queens. Queens is where the uncool people live. It's where I live. It's part of the metropolitan area. The people living around the city because of all the money coming out of the city. So when you're talking about these folks, that's a big chunk of Jersey, parts of upstate, the rest of Long Island. If you're looking out the windows in front of you, you're actually looking at the most historic area of one of the most historic cities in the country. Right? Downtown Manhattan. Why is it the most historic? Because right down here's where it all started, for the Europeans at least. 400 years ago, the Dutch landed down there, right? Formed New Amsterdam. But also down here's where you're going to find things like Wall Street, like the Statue of Liberty, and like the World Trade Center, right? So here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to talk about 2 of these things. The one I will do is going to be on the other side of the observatory, so to see it, you have to go over there. And we'll do one that you can see on this side of the observatory. So let's start with the one on the other side of the observatory. I said it was the most famous bridge ever built. If you're from London or San Francisco, you can argue with me, but I'm going to stick with the Brooklyn Bridge. All right. Now, first off, let me make sure you know what you're looking at. There are 3 bridges right out here. The first one, the one farthest downtown on the right, that is the Brooklyn Bridge. Go up a little farther, Manhattan Bridge. Up a little farther, the Williamsburg Bridge. BMW, like the car. Brooklyn, Manhattan, Williamsburg, BMW. You'll never forget it again. You're welcome. That's why I'm here. Right? Okay, now the Brooklyn Bridge, we love the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, first off, that is an old bridge. Okay? They started working on that bridge in 1869. It took 14 years to build. Opened in 1883, at least 20 people died building the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, when it opened, it was by far the longest.
This observatory offers breathtaking views of Manhattan and the surrounding areas.
The observatory is located on the 100th, 101st, and 102nd floors. Although it appears to have a glass floor, you can't actually see through it. It's simply a video of the street below. You take the elevator up while watching a pre-recorded video on the elevator wall. One of the most popular things to do in New York City is to see a Broadway performance. You can also visit Columbia University,
So this is called the High Line.
The High Line is another popular tourist destination. It's a former rail line that has been converted into an elevated urban walking path. The vessel is a structure and visitor attraction costing $200 million. The elaborate honeycomb-like structure rises 16 stories and consists of 154 flights of stairs and 2,500 steps, although you are no longer allowed to climb them. Old Tree by Pamela Rosenkrantz, 25 feet atop the plinth. The World Trade Center, Oculus. The structure's white metal-clad steel ribs reach up and out in a monumental move, symbolic of a hand releasing a dove. It is in alignment with the sun's solar angles on each September 11th, from 8:46 a.m. when the first plane struck until 10:28 a.m. when the second tower collapsed. Its central skylight fits this alignment and washes the Oculus floor with a beam of light. The 9/11 Memorial Pool's water disappears into a smaller central void. Little Island is an artificial island park. Little Island has 3 concession stands, a small stage, and a 687-seat amphitheater. The park officially opened in 2021. It cost $260 million to construct. From NYC, you can easily take a trip to Boston or DC.
I meant to have a photo. Cambridge City Hall.
Share this with people who you know that need it. Leave your own genius tips in the comment section below. Don't forget, I'm the Genius Asian. Subscribe for more useful videos.